This is the STRIPSACK DUALCAST. I'm the Hawk.
Hey, call the boys. Bring the shovels. YouTube's burying our shit again. Let's get into it, Hawk.
Okay, Wednesday's game, day late, is what it is. Steelers 19, Ravens 14. RG3 in his comeback debut, 7 for 12, 33 yards and a pick, 7 rushes for 68 yards. What do you think?
I think they should have fucking started Trace McSorley from the start. Give my Penn State boys some game time.
Yeah, he did get in there late in the fourth quarter. Guess RG3 went out with a hamstring. You know, he's the one that got him their touchdown drive at the end of the game, albeit with Marquise Brown's huge touchdown catch. On the Steelers side, though, Ben, 36 for 51, 266 yards, a touchdown, a pick. I just don't understand why teams have to pass the ball 51 times.
Because they can't run it?
I mean, they only gave Benny Snell 16 attempts, and 51 pass attempts contributed to 19 points for the Steelers.
You got to make sure you're getting all your money out of Big Ben.
Plus,
that's what fans want to see. That's what fans want to see. Run up. They want to see points on the board. They want to see pass attempts. That's what the whole league is geared toward now.
I mean, I don't disagree, but I'll tell you this, that if the Ravens would have won this game, I would have called NFL conspiracy theories, NFL rigged. This is exactly what I would have ranted on the entire podcast.
Oh, win or lose, I'm still saying the shit's rigged. They moved the game 2-3 times, fucking, and then, you know, you got the Broncos. Hey, we don't have any starting quarterbacks. We don't have any quarterbacks at all. Too fucking bad. Go get a punter. Like, it's bullshit. Like, I don't understand.
Here's what else is funny. The Ravens game is on a Tuesday next week, or this week coming up.
So they still get a whole week off.
They get another day. They don't play favorites. All right, getting into Sunday's picks here. Raiders at Jets. Jets suck. Raiders are going to bounce back. Raiders win.
I fucking hate the Jets. Purple Walrus. It's the Raiders. Jaguars at Vikings. If the fucking Vikings lose this game, they should get kicked out of the NFL. The end.
Yep, Dalvin Cook, second in the league in rushing yards. They're very efficient at pass attack. I like Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. Definitely going to the Vikings.
How about the Jaguars just fucking suck?
Yeah, but I like the Vikings offense. I want to talk about them. Okay?
All right.
Bengals at Dolphins. It don't matter who their quarterback is. Fully expect their defense to stop a mud hole in that offense.
That Dolphins defense hasn't been looking too good lately. That being said, the Bengals look worse, especially now with no Joe Burrow. I mean, Ryan Finley, he's an average starting quarterback. I'm taking the Dolphins. I don't even know why I'm talking. Colts at Texans. Phillip Rivers is going to talk shit all day long while putting points up on them Texans. It's the Colts, baby.
Yeah, you know what? I probably would have picked the upset here if Fuller wasn't nabbed for juicing his arms and his legs and whatever else. Probably had stickies on his gloves, doing whatever he can to cheating in the league. Fully expect the Colts to bounce back here, talking some smack. Lions at Bears. You know, teams that fire their head coach just seem to win. So I'm going to go with Matty Ice and the Lions.
Hardest pick of the week.
I don't know about that.
Hardest pick of the week. Bears defense versus the Lions, because that's all the Bears have is defense.
Matty Ice. You know you
want to. I'm taking the Lions. Giants at Seahawks. You'd probably fucking cry over there if I took the Giants, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Seahawks.
I think I'd go 2,700 miles over there and kick your fucking ass if you took the Giants. Hawks are undefeated at home. You know, I think defense has another opportunity to tee off on a weak offense, so definitely taking the Hawks. Duh.
Danny will be out there dropping dimes. Sword hammy and all.
He might actually play. Might play. Patriots at Chargers. I see the Patriots go 500. I think they're going to beat the Chargers.
Bill Belichick eats rookie quarterbacks.
Not
No
named
rookie
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, no rookie quarterbacks do well against Belichick. So, I mean, yeah, Patriots. Easy. Eagles at Packers. Like, is this, do I even have to say it?
Are you picking the Eagles?
Yeah, I'm taking fucking Carson Manning out there. Fuck, come on. The Packers are going to put up 50 again.
You know what? The Packers have a really hard time beating good teams. You know, we've said it all year, and turns out they're not playing a good team this time, so I'm going to pick the Packers. All right, Browns at Titans. This is the real hard to pick game. And even now, even though I got it wrote down, I'm having difficulties. But I'm going to go with the Browns. Myles Garrett's back. That offensive line is still banged up for the Titans. These are both the top 2 rushing attacks in the league. Normally, I would pick the more efficient quarterback, but I think I'm going to pick that defensive line on the Browns more than anything. So I'm going with the Browns.
It's hard to argue the Browns. Other than Tannehill is slightly more efficient.
Slightly?
Yes. He fumbles too much. I'm taking the Titans just because a good running game takes a toll on a good defense. You wear them out by the end of the game. So as long as you can keep it close and make them tired, I'm going to take the Titans. I see the Browns going 3 and out more than the Titans do. So I went ahead and took the Titans.
It's going to be a fun game. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be a great game to watch.
Oh yeah, it'll be a good game unless the Titans just blow them out from go.
Yeah, like Baker Mayfield does Baker Mayfield things and throws 4 picks.
Well, let's say Baker Mayfield's not going to fucking come out there and throw for 400 yards. He's going to have 24 attempts, complete 12 for 105 yards, and hope they win.
Yeah.
Next game. You look confused there. Is your butt stuck?
Saints at Falcons? I thought it was you next.
No, the orders we have them written down are different, so I'll let you drive.
Okay, all right. Saints at Falcons next. All right, so this whole week is pretty straight up. You know, it's not really easy to see or hard to see who's going to win each game except for a couple here. I'm going to take an upset here. I'm going to take the Falcons. They're 4 in their last 6. Quietly, people really aren't talking about that right now. It's hard to beat a team twice. You know, that's just historically. And I like Matt Ryan more than I like Taysom Hill, so I'm going with the Falcons.
I don't blame you for liking Matt Ryan more than you like Taysom Hill. It's also a much bigger body of work that you're comparing it to. I think the Saints are going to stay on a roll. I think Hill is going to do enough. You know, at the very least, he's going to be able to do it with his legs. I think the Saints are going to win. I know it's a division game, it's a division game, but it's the Falcons, man.
Yeah, you know what? I had the Saints checked for like all day. You know, like I was going to pick them, but I just read about it a little bit and changed my mind there.
Well, I think the Falcons blew their load last week.
I mean, maybe. I mean, they're
going to come out
creamed them.
They're going to come out and need a Gatorade and a smoke.
Or they're just going to come out with a chip on their shoulder and beat the shit out of the Saints too and help the Seahawks.
Maybe.
Rams at Cardinals. I like Lance Joseph in this matchup. You know, Goff's a turnover machine, has been his entire career. I know that the Rams have probably the best defense in the NFL. Aaron Donald's a beast. But I like Kyler a little bit more, and I like Goff. I like DeAndre Hopkins. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals at home.
So I definitely like Kyler more than I like Goff.
It's like
I
the
think
same argument.
I think Kyler has a much bigger upside. I'm worried about Kyler's shoulder. That sprained AC joint in a throwing shoulder takes time to heal, and it does take something off your throws. I mean, I'm a fat man, but I tore mine years ago, and it was hard to throw a ball. It was stiff. It didn't feel very good. Now, you're comparing a fat guy to a 24-year-old rabbit, but I know it takes a little bit off the ball and makes it hard to sling it. So I'm taking the Rams because I think the Cardinals are at their best when Kyler's running around making things happen. I think Kingsbury, and we kind of seen it last week. I think Kingsbury's come out and said, "Hey, man, I don't want you running around taking hits, unnecessary hits on that shoulder. You know, you might land on it, whatever. A sack is different. If you got to get out of trouble and get down." But I just, for that reason, I think the Cardinals' most dangerous weapon has been taken away from them, or at least put on the shelf, put in timeout. So I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was leaning towards the Rams too, but I just want to take the home team in this. Sunday night game, shitty ass Sunday night game. Honestly, should get fucking flex the fuck out. I'm tired of seeing the Chiefs in prime time. Broncos at Chiefs, taking the Chiefs. Mahomes, Hill, Hardeman, Kelsey, first offense, blah 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 blah. Broncos got fucked.
Who loses to the Broncos?
And it's back. The Dolphins do.
The Chiefs lose to the Broncos. I'm taking the Broncos. I saw what that defense can do. It's a division rivalry game. I'm taking the Broncos.
Okay, now your real pick.
I'm taking the Broncos.
Holy fucking shit. I forgot the Broncos are the best team in the NFL.
No, I'm taking the Broncos just because it's not what I have written down, but it felt right. It felt right in the moment. I'm taking the Broncos.
You realized you had no fucking upsets. That's what it was. You're like, I gotta take one.
Yeah, I gotta take one. I'm taking the Broncos.
Okay, some BS here.
Trap game. Taking the Broncos.
Do you want to say it one more time?
Trap game.
Okay. I think you're fucking nuts. But honestly, I hope the Broncos do beat them.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
All right. Josh Gordon, reinstated, gets to play week 16, week 17 for the Seahawks. What are your thoughts on...
Who the fuck cares?
I do. I fucking care.
He's another fucking can't get right. He hasn't been relevant in fucking 5 years.
Okay, well,
Can't get right. This is what's going to happen. He's going to come back. He's going to fucking score a touchdown, catch a couple passes, and then he's going to go out. He's going to smoke a fucking doobie after the game, and he's going to be suspended again.
I mean, do you blame him for wanting to smoke?
No, not one bit.
All right, leave the guy alone. Right?
Hey,
this isn't like this guy is throwing shit at fucking people. It's not like he's beating women. You know, he's not like doing a bunch of off-field antics. He just likes a little pot.
But he has an open invitation to come over and chill anytime he wants.
Right.
But
come chill with me because I like him better than you.
However, the fucking rules are the rules.
And you gotta follow them.
You gotta follow them, and this was the biggest waste of a fucking career I have seen.
I have to fucking agree with you because I ain't gonna lie. I really, really thought this guy was gonna be the next Randy Moss, Terrell Owens type in his first 2 years. He was
absolutely
a fucking monster.
Absolutely. The thing is, like, so I'm a Dolphins fan, so obviously Ricky Williams thing. But Ricky Williams came out and said the right things, like, when he retired. Like, yeah, he got suspended, and yeah, it was because he's out there smoking fucking dope with Lenny Kravitz or whatever. But he came out and he said the right thing. And it was one interview I heard that completely changed my mind about Ricky Williams because I was just as pissed off as everybody else. The interviewer kind of got on him a little bit, like, oh, don't you think you're letting the team down? You're doing this, you're doing that. And Ricky Williams just goes, who the fuck are you? Like, who the fuck are the fans to decide when I can retire? when I can't walk anymore because my knees are busted up, when my shoulder's all blown out. Like, who the fuck are you to tell me when I can quit? And he was right. So with that logic, you can't really argue with him because these guys are out there sacrificing their body fucking week after week for us idiots sitting here watching them, fucking cheering them on.
Right, we get the
But only
blab about
talk
them.
shit when they lose. So I get it. But Josh Cribbs is just like, or not Josh Cribbs. Wow, I confused him with another Cleveland receiver.
Ex-Cleveland receiver.
He's just basically like, yeah, I like smoking weed. Try and stop me. Your employer still has the right, unfortunately, whether it's recreational, medicinal. If you piss hot, or any one of us idiots out here in the world, you know, we piss hot at our job, they're going to fire us. So should be the same thing for them.
Yeah, why should it be any different? But I mean,
a lot more money than I do.
As a game standpoint, as a fan standpoint, I'm excited because, you know, it gives us a really, really good third option. And I mean, I just can't wait to see what all three of them look like on the field at the same time. All right, moving on.
What kind of shape is he going to be in?
Oh, he's definitely in good shape. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. Is Mahomes out of reach for the MVP?
No.
No?
No.
What do you think?
You mean like he has too big of a lead?
Yeah.
So here, I'm just going to throw some numbers at you. 3,100 yards, 8.1 yards per attempt, 381 attempts, 261 completions, 68% completion percentage, 33 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Aaron Rodgers, and I don't even have to tell. I just know
Aaron
the stats.
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is right there with him. Has more. Yeah, he has 2 more picks, but he also has 2 more touchdowns. So I don't. No, Mahomes isn't blowing anybody out of the water.
You know what? And I even have to say that the guy in third place, albeit my colors show when I talk about this, but Russell has the better completion percentage, and he's got the easiest schedule going forward. If he could string,
and he has 10 interceptions.
If he could string the games together without throwing picks, he has to not throw a pick. I know that's going to be difficult, but he can't throw a pick. But if he can string the games together, say we get a 4-4-4, maybe a 3-4, you know, he ends with 50 touchdowns, he might have an argument.
But here's the other thing. Outside of the quarterbacks, and we know a quarterback's going to fucking win it because the media votes on this shit.
It's almost impossible to try to argue with somebody else.
The media is who votes on this shit, and so what the fuck ever. Derrick Henry is putting together a good season. He's got like almost 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook is having a good season. He's got over 1,100 yards. He's got 13 touchdowns. I mean, it's hard to say Mahomes is just running away with it depending on how the media wants to spin it and you know, what they want you to believe. Because fucking Aaron Donald's probably a halfway decent candidate too, if they looked at the right stats.
You know what? MVP, if you just go by its value, most valuable player for your team, all right? And
the guy
let's not talk about QBs because you know who I think the most valuable player is when we talk about that. But Aaron Donald is 100% the most valuable player on the fucking Rams. And same with Dalvin Cook.
But you know what's funny? We're sitting here talking about this guy should be MVP, that guy should be MVP. You know who'll fucking get it? Tom Brady, because he sold the most jerseys, moving to the Bucks. Sold a bunch of Bucks jerseys. More NFL conspiracies coming at you. The guy who leads the league in jersey sales fucking gets the MVP.
Next podcast, just so everybody knows, it's the NFL rigged, and we're just gonna say yes.
That might be a more fun podcast.
You're just gonna fucking sound like idiots. I'm down. All right.
We're not gonna sound like idiots. You just have to prove the fucking theories.
I'm okay with sounding like an idiot while proving the theory.
Yeah,
okay,
they pretty much fucking prove themselves. Example 1A, fucking the fucking Ravens Steelers game while the Broncos get fucked because of COVID.
Right. That definitely happened too. All right, moving on. Steelers 11-0. Is it overrated?
So, you still got to win, right?
Yeah.
You still got to win. Don't matter if you win by 1 or 101, you still got to win.
Yep.
But they also have an extremely soft schedule.
Okay.
The only teams that they played that were halfway good were the Ravens, the Browns, and the Titans. And they have wins over all of them, obviously. But going into this year, the Steelers had the 31st toughest schedule in the NFL, which means there's one team that had a fucking weaker schedule. I don't know. You still got to win, but am I super duper impressed? No, but I'm sure you got more facts to beat them up.
Albeit that 7 of their wins aren't necessarily against strong opponents. But the Steelers actually rank first in the NFL with most wins against teams with a winning record. The Ravens twice, the Titans, and the Browns. Guess what? Not only do they have the easiest schedule in the league, but they also beat the most opponents with the winning record. So guess what? I do not think that they are overrated. Now, one of their wins against the Ravens is going to be kind of tarnished, whatever. But they got three games coming up. We're going to see who they are against the Bills, Colts, the Browns again. I mean, they might beat all 3 of them.
That's the crazy thing, right? So they beat Baltimore, and Baltimore didn't have their best player on the field.
Yeah, but they also beat them when they did have this best player in the field.
And they only beat them by 5. Now, they beat the fucking snot out of the Browns when they played.
Yeah, they did.
They beat the fucking snot out of them. And that game against Tennessee really could have went either way.
I'll say this about the Tennessee game. They definitely got some help from the Zebras on that last drive.
Well, I'm just saying, it could have went either way. I mean, the game went right down to the end pretty much.
Yep, missed field goal attempt.
So,
Could have went to
I mean,
overtime.
that game could have went either way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, are they overrated? I don't think so, because nobody's really blown them up. I hear more about the Chiefs than I do the Steelers. So I don't think anybody's really talking them up, making a bigger deal out of it than what it is.
I think there's a lot of Steelers haters, and then there's the Steelers fans. The things that I see on social media is like, oh, the cakest schedule I've ever seen. Like my favorite thing is when people say like that it is overrated. Like, how can you say 11-0 is overrated?
11-0 is never underrated. I don't care if you played the fucking New York Jets every game of the season.
Right. If you play the Jets 11 straight times, odds are you're going to lose one of those freaking games.
Right.
I mean, that's just how it is. It's the NFL. This isn't anything. This is the highest peak of performance. You have a big group of people in high school trying to get in a smaller group in college to a very, very small group in the NFL. This is the best of the best of the best.
Look, bud, you know what the most elite class of athlete is? Male porn star.
All right, bud.
Prove me wrong.
I'm sorry you failed in your conquest.
You can't.
Into getting your dream.
You gotta have 3 things that 98% of the male population doesn't have. Stamina. You gotta have lots of stamina.
All right.
You gotta run like wrestlers.
All right, I'm done. I got nothing, bud.
But no, I'm not done with this. I'm not done with this Steelers thing.
No,
I'm not done with the Steelers thing. So you still got to win. I don't think they're going to go undefeated. I think they're going to drop a game, but I don't necessarily think that they're going to. I think they're going to bench their starters toward the end of the year. I think
that's a Mike Tomlin thing to do too.
Right. I think
he's not an idiot.
Once they win 13, 14 games, they're going to say, "All right, Ben, take it easy the next couple weeks." And that's a smart play when you have older players. And
if they lock up that first seed by week 16, week 17, they're not playing those 2 weeks.
Right. And you had mentioned to me earlier that that dude,
Bud Dupree.
yeah, that got a boo-boo,
Yeah, he got boo boo.
you know. And you were saying, what were you telling me? I don't think you had some stats you threw at me.
Yeah, he hit 8 sacks on the year. He's second leading sack sack in for the Steelers. So, I mean,
So what
it's
does
kind
that
of a
mean?
big loss.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to fill that hole? Who's going to bring that pressure?
TJ Watt's going to fill it.
Well, isn't he already leading the team in sacks?
I know, but now he's got a guy not taking the sacks away from him.
There you go. Now he's going to go from 1 sack a game to 2. Doesn't work like that, but okay.
He's a Watt brother. They just get better. They just get better the more players that get away from him. That's the
Look,
Texans' philosophy. They take
I-
talent away, and Watt gets better.
I still want JJ to go to the Steelers. I really do. Just so they could say just so they could put out T-shirts and slogans. Look at our wattage.
This is how I know I'm more of a homer than you. If JJ's on the free agency market, if he's going to go to a team and wants to get traded, this is a team I fucking want him on. I don't give a fuck about the Steelers. That would be kind of cool.
That makes
seeing
me
the
a
Watt to
homer.
Watt connection.
Makes me a homer. Where am I? Where is my home? Arizona's where I live.
Yeah. Pennsylvania's where I live.
Yep. That's that'll always be home. I don't care how long I live here.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm done.
All right, me too. I'm done.
All right, guys.
There you go.
As long as YouTube doesn't keep shoveling fucking kitty litter on top of our heads, make sure you'll watch us. Subscribe, comment, like, or don't like somebody did. But if you don't like, tell us what you don't like so we can fix it. Like I said, we're going to keep doing this shit anyway. It's just an excuse for me and my buddy to get together and talk shop fucking a couple times a week. So if you don't like it, let us know what you don't like. Let us know what you want to hear. Head on over to Facebook. You can talk shit there. Call us a bunch of fucking idiots. Whatever. And then, of course, we upload this to audio platforms as well, so you can get us Spotify, iTunes, Anchor. You ain't going to fucking listen anyway. Jam us in your ears. We'll make you have an eargasm. That's all I got. Anything else, Hawk?
Oh, but I love the salty fat man. Like you said, comment, like, subscribe. That's all I got. I'm the Hawk.
And I'm a fat man.
See it.